Wade and Wade reacts.
We got a subscriber request to check out a video from the channel called Simply Newtype, so let's get into it.
What's up, Newtypes? This is Tamino. He is writing a new book that will finally conclude Amado and Char's story. He calls it Char's Counterattack. The year is 1987. You maybe want to help wrap up Double Zeta? Nope. You're on your own, Tamino says, and you can't use Char in the series. What do we do now? Time to make the lowly groomer a new Char. Give him a giant S. We'll make him look like Superman. But if Superman liked him young, Char's Counterattack features a story where Amado and Beltorchica are married. He wants to show Amado as a family man. This will be an epic trilogy that will conclude with Hathaway's story. That is when the sponsors chime in. They say we don't like seeing our hero of the story as a family man. Also, save Hathaway's drama for a different story. Actually, you know what? Why don't you just start over? Start over. Start over! This novel will sell gangbusters, I tell you. Nope. Uh-oh, it looks like sales aren't doing good for this novel. Quick, let's rewrite the film adaptation to appeal to sponsors. Tamino says, just you wait. I will get a chance to fully tell my version of Char's Counterattack. This would later go on to be Beltorchica's children. So now there is an original Char's Counterattack, a film adaptation, and Tamino's true vision. Not confusing at all. Don't worry, in 15 years, we will just rename the original to High Streamer and say it's its own continuity. What? That just makes things more complicated. I'm to make a new story, says Tamino. This is Momoto Nagano. We talked about him in our Double Zeta video. Tamino brought him on board personally. Tamino says, look man, this is going to be a fun time. You won't have too much pressure from the studio or sponsors. Come help us out. Nagano ended up helping, then got fired after Double Zeta was greenlit. Nagano distanced himself from the studio. That is when Tamino comes to Nagano again. Tamino says, look man, this is going to be a fun time. You won't have too much pressure from the studio or sponsors. Come help us out. Not only that, this time Nagano would have final say on the main Gundam. Nagano says, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, also shame on me, because that's a good offer. Let's do this. Nagano was eventually taken off Char's Counterattack and replaced with Izubuchi. Izubuchi, that hack. It's not like he's come out with anything groundbreaking recently, right? Right? Before Nagano left, he came up with the design for Highest Gundam, a reference to High Streamer. This was never used, but Nagano eventually used this design as a basis for High Rhiannon in 5-star stories. He also did an original design for the Nightingale, which eventually becomes Sazabi. The executives say, that's cool, man. We aren't going to use any of these. But that little doodle you made in the corner of your paper, we're going to use that for the basis of our Jagan unit. Thanks, Nagano. Now get the hell out of here. Certainly he learned his lesson now.
I bet he did.
Nagano apparently likes the abuse, and he will come back as a mechanical designer for Gundam Evolve. Well, hopefully the money was worth it. What? It wasn't. After leaving in March of 1987, other designers took a bite at the apple as Sunrise internally created a competition to create the new Gundam. Izubuchi and others created designs. Tamino wanted to go back to the simplicity of the RX-78, but Tamino also wanted a cape. Those two things clash with one another. In order to maintain simplicity, they created stacked funnels that look like a cape. This eventually became known as the
That was smart.
Horiguchi took the
Satisfied
simplicity
all
of
parties
Izubuchi's
involved.
designs and refined the new Gundam. Izubuchi gets all the credit though. He comes up with a sleek design for what would become the Jagan, built off of some sketches by some guy who doesn't even work there anymore. I already forgot his name. I wonder where Izubuchi got the idea for this design.
Yeah, it kind of does look like the Pat Labor mech.
Stand the test of
Yeah,
time.
it does
Izubuchi
look like the
created
Pat
some
Labor
ideas for
thing.
Sazabi and shows Tamino. He says, cool, but the cockpit is in the head of this mobile suit. Son of a bitch! Tamino wants Quest to pilot the Psychodoga at the end of the movie. Izubuchi says, but what about Big Robot? Tamino says, you're right. What about Big Robot? Thus, the Alpha Zeta was created. Hideki Anno took Nagano and Izubuchi's original designs on the Rock Lim and refined them. Anno, that hack? It's not like he's come out with anything groundbreaking recently, right? Right? This is Kitazume, the character designer. He was tasked with taking Yas's original character designs and doing something fresh. Tamino didn't want the characters to look like anime, except for Quest because the lolis always get their way for some reason. Kitazume is also the creator of Bearded Bright. His idea was Bright was becoming more like Blex in his command presence, and he wanted to show that in his physical appearance. Kitazume is a god for making this decision, and we are worse off without it. Kitazume, like most people, forgot Bright is in his early 30s and not 50. Animation director Hidetoshi Amori was told by Tamino not to use solid black for shadows, as it makes a mobile suit disappear in the blackness of space. Amori says, bitch, I'm making one scene completely black and there's nothing you can do about it. In March of 1988, Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack was released in theaters. The year is UC0093. Chan is checking up on the new Gundam. She replaced Beltorchica and is also Sumeri's former assistant if you read Zeta Define. I bet you didn't. Space Ice attacks the pores, but then realizes one is rich. This is Quest. Beat up everyone else. And Beltorchica's children, they all get assassinated. Sucks to be poor. In space, Char and his Neo Zeon are trying to throw 5th Luna at Earth. Grave is fighting Amado and his Psychodoga. Gyune is fighting Amado and his Yag Doga. He's a simp.
Captain! Why aren't you using your funnels?
Beautiful line read, and they say that dubs are dead. Wait, that's Kirby Morrow. He's Cyclops in X-Men Evolution. Come on, man, you're better than this. Char and Gyune bail. Quest's dad uses his privilege to take Mirai and Che-Min's place on the shuttle. Hathaway could come, though. He meets Quest. All of Hathaway's problems begin here in this moment. Amuro returns to the Rockeye Loom and asks Bright, hey man, is anyone going to help us? Nope. Site 2 says, here's 5 mobile suits, good luck. Well, certainly EFF warned the people of Lhasa of 5th Luna's descent, right? Nope. Congratulations. Lando Bell is a joke, and you were tricked into returning to the incompetence train that is the Federation. No wonder Hathaway and his butt became a terrorist. Also, Bright without a beard is a sin. Plus, and Hathaway's shuttle barely misses 5th Luna. Hathaway gets a boner that he will never forget. They said it was supposed to be a bomb of 72 degrees today. It wasn't supposed to be like this. Amuro heads to the moon and takes a nap. October says, Anaheim Electronics? Making Xeon mobile suits? Whatever are you talking about?
Typical corporation, right?
He says some mysterious person gave them this new thing called a psychoframe. Whoever could have done such a thing?
Typical corporation, right?
Char cosplays as a politician. Bright tells Amuro to come back. Amuro says the psychoframe isn't ready, but it doesn't matter. Time to go. Kyra and the Lando Bell mobile suit team launches in Ingrams. Even in space in the future, nothing beats a tire fender.
Tires
Char and
survive
Stupid Gyune
leaving the
Lando
Earth's
Bell during
atmosphere.
The fight. The civilian
Yes,
shuttle is caught in the middle of a
so.
battle. Amuro joins the battle as Neo Xeon retreats. Bright learns that Hathaway is on the shuttle. His reaction is quite cold. No wonder he became a terrorist. Amuro dreams of a bird and then rubs one out in his brand
Man,
new
come on,
briefs,
bro.
now on sale at Bandit. Quest and Hathaway play around in the simulator. Hathaway is falling in love. Oh no, kid, be careful, she has daddy issues. Check out this sweet CGI colony. Izabuchi says, nice
Yeah, that was
pretty
a pretty
asset.
cool scene.
I'm gonna reuse this and War in the Pocket. Quest wants Amuro to be her daddy, but Chan runs defense. Looks like she will have to find a daddy elsewhere. Time to head to Londinian. Hey look, it's Cameron Bloom. You know what that means. Quest asks Hathaway out on a date. Tamina changed the character designs to make this look more cinematic, and then gives Hathaway this Looney Tunes ass animation. Char heads to Londinian to buy Space Greenland.
That's good to hear.
This dub is totally nailing it. Axis is now back in the hands of Neo Xeon. That seemed too easy. Time to do something extremely wicked. Amuro chases a bird to find Char. The sexiest heterosexual kind of gay moment in anime history plays out. Meanwhile, Hathaway doesn't know it, but this is about to give him the worst PTSD in his life. Quest says, I think I found my daddy.
Oh,
Char
okay,
takes
now
Quest
that's
with him.
saying
Cameron
it's a
Bloom
spoiler.
tells Bright about Space Greenland. He reminds him he's an idiot
Makes
for
more
rejoining
sense.
EFF. Oh no, stupid Gyune gets a boner. Char says, I could use everyone's boner to my advantage. Put these horny kids into a psycho frame. Quest could use funnels. People who make less than 20K a year sing for Char. Nanai gets jealous of Quest. Char says, I could use this sexual frustration to my advantage. Gyune simps for Quest and throws Char under the bus. Char tells his people about the Tetons. You know the Tetons.
Giving birth to rogue Federation movements like the Tetons.
This dub is
Yeah, I watched
great.
that
He
in
says,
Japanese,
Let's drop
so-
a fucking asteroid on this planet. Hell yeah.
Even though the
I'm
dub
pumped.
was that
The Feddies
garbage.
go to seize Char's fleet in exchange for Axis. Hey, why are you readying mobile suits? Hey, why are you pointing your cannons at us? Hey, why are you firing? Oh my god! Quest kills her own father. Suck it, bourgeoisie. Hathaway sneaks on board the Rockeye Loom. Quest chases after Char while he attacks Axis. The Bright Slap seems to have the opposite effect on his own son. It worked completely different every single other
Yeah,
time.
it wasn't powerful
Space Greenland
enough.
makes its way towards Earth. Stupid Gyune stops some nukes while Quest says, catch me. In the novel, Quest is
Man.
naked in this scene. Good call putting clothes on children.
Doesn't make any
Stupid
sense.
lollies. Char says, I could use this emotionally fragile child to my needs. Gyune grabs Kyra after she ejects. He shakes Kyra like a salt shaker. They did my boy Ashtonage dirty. Char tells Gyune, bitch, I will cut you if you talk about Lala again. I only love Amuro. Quest launches in the Alpha Izeru. The battle goes boom, 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 and wayos. Chan launches while Ashtonage explodes. They did my boy Ashtonage dirty. Hathaway sneaks into a Jagan and tries to stop Quest. Oh no, Chan kills Quest. Oh no, Hathaway kills Chan. This little terrorist will one day learn his lesson. One day. Hathaway kills Quest in the novel. That kind of makes more sense, don't you think? Mirai is barely in this movie. Next time we see her, she will look like Yas's character design. Bye forever, movie version of Mirai. Meanwhile, the Luna 2 fleet decides to help out. Could have used your help earlier, guys. Axis splits in half. Char ejects, but Amuro says, today we ball. Bright accidentally helps Neo Xeon push Space Greenland into Earth's atmosphere. Amuro tries to push back Axis. Char says, "It was me who gave you the psycho frame." Everyone decides to push back Axis. One of these pilots is Bosch Weller. He will go on to retell the story over and over again. He does some stuff on Mars too. Amado humps his chair while the psycho wave forms. Char's motivation is because he wanted Lala to be his mommy. These are Char's last words. Amado spends his final moments in Oedipal confusion. Space Greenland moves out of Earth's atmosphere on its own. In the novel, Amado's unborn child creates a Newtype baby barrier and saves the world. Why can't more unborn Newtype babies save the day? Stupid sponsors.
They took that out of
Char's
the movie.
Counterattack is a great success. The Gundam brand is stronger than ever. Certainly Tamina will come back for the next production, right? Nope.
I think this might be our second time watching a video from Simply Newtype. I think this might be the more humorous video. It might not. I think the other one, it was about some type of Tomino thing that he made about some type of guy that had one part of his consciousness went to a different realm, and then he stayed into. It could have been this guy, or probably with somebody else, but that's neither here nor there. This video was, I thought it was gonna be an informative video, but it was really funny. How he clowned a lot of things that happened in the movie. And a lot of stuff that happened in the novel was outrageous too, like the baby forming a barrier around Earth.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If the baby did that, that's the most powerful Newtype ever.
Oh, for real? I want to see that Newtype operate a Gundam. This was definitely funny. This was a humorous breakdown of the history of Char's Counterattack. I definitely enjoyed this video, and I want to check out more of Simply Newtype's videos. And I liked how he put some of the clips from Char's Counterattack and from the new Hathaway movie, and those two clips connected some things for me and put some things together, so I'm excited to see what Hathaway is going to be.
Yeah, when I first saw that scene in the trailer, I didn't really know what it was, because at that point, I didn't see it in Char's Counterattack, but then after seeing it in Char's Counterattack, then seeing that video that he made, it's like, oh, okay, that's what that is. It makes sense. And then I think we did see one scene that had another flashback from Char's Counterattack.
This was certainly a good video. Shout out to Simply Newtype, and that does it for our reaction. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment section. Also, like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you'll never miss a video from Wade and Wade Reacts.
Right there.
Peace.